PledgeMe with high transfer systems. I'm Jackie Leverty from PledgeMe, and I have with me Richard Shepherd, the CEO, and Alex O'Keefe, the CTO of HT Systems. Welcome to you. Hi.
Thank you. Hi, Jackie.
That's lovely. So HT Systems has a plan to further grow from New Zealand and to become a global multi-product assistive technology company. You are currently raising investment via equity crowdfunding on PledgeMe. And we would like to give everyone who is joining in today the opportunity to hear in more detail about the plans for the next phase of growth. It's an exciting time. HT Systems is a really amazing company in the health tech space. They are changing lives, and I think I give the floor to you, Alex, to tell us a little bit more about the challenges you face, the solutions you have, and your plans for the future, the very near future.
Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. So I'm going to give you the 7-minute pitch deck. I'm presenting this because I've been doing the rounds recently here in Christchurch. We seconded our CEO to Australia to be closer to the market. So here we go. So my name is Alex O'Keefe. I'm the CTO of HT Systems. My sister spends her life in a wheelchair. So growing up, her favourite way of getting around was on the back of her older brother. We could go up and down stairs, in and out of the car, down to the beach. The world was pretty accessible to her at that time. And I learned exactly what it's like to move someone and how important it is to be able to transfer someone. Adults are harder to move. And therein lies the problem, and a pretty big problem. Take the 600,000 Australasians who need help just getting out of bed in the morning. The equipment to service these needs is just not up to the level that we need it to be. One very evident symptom of this is that there are 4 caregiver injuries a day in New Zealand, just from assisting someone with mobility challenges. The personal cost of this is a loss of freedom and dignity. For example, a couple where someone's lost their mobility and their partner is left wanting to look after them, but the equipment not being suitable, and therefore they face the reality of one of them having to go into a rest home and them not being able to live together. At HT Systems, we're developing solutions. Apologies, I'm just looking at a different slide deck, but that's all right, it's the same thing. Our first solution is the Carer Sit-to-Sit hoist. It is an award-winning new product that is bringing independence and freedom back to people. Why is it so important? Well, it allows a single caregiver to be able to transfer their loved one quickly and easily, meaning that a couple can stay at home with the ability to just transfer the other person quickly and, most importantly, easily, whereas other pieces of equipment would require 2 caregivers. We have a strong patent position on this product, having it patent pending in New Zealand, Australia, and the US, the world's largest health tech market. And we are selling it in 5 countries now. We've had quite a journey. This company was started off the back of 15 years of research at Canterbury University by Professor Keith Alexander. So he's a famous inventor in Christchurch who invented the spring-free trampoline. 2 years ago, or in 2019, we started selling in New Zealand, learning and refining our product and our market. 2 years ago, we raised money through PledgeMe, and with the support of our new investors, we were able to get to Australia, where we signed the largest health tech equipment supplier in Australia, Adacare. We've also accumulated a few awards along the way, most notably being the best new product of the year as awarded by the Australian industry body. All right, so that was that slide. So this crowdfunding campaign, we're looking to raise between $500,000 and $1.5 million. What this will allow us to do is to launch our current product into bigger and more exciting markets. For example, the US, where we plan to launch via a distributor model in 2024. We need to grow our capability and capacity to keep up with inevitable sales. And this will be bolstered by our existing contacts through Adacare and Springfree Trampolines. We also have plans to launch 2 exciting new products, which we can't wait to get to market because our customers are desperate for them to be there. We have a close connection with our market, and we are listening to their needs, which has allowed me to create solutions to their problems. And those solutions can really quickly become new products. We have one new product which we believe will give back independence to people who have lost the ability to travel. We've also got our new lifting vest technology, which has been described as a game changer in the market. This is allowing people to be upright quickly and easily. We have a strong team who are deeply committed to this project. Our CEO, Richard Shepherd, has based himself in Australia in order to further develop that strategic relationship we have with Adacare and to drive our sales in that market. We have an experienced board, Professor Keith Alexander, with his experience of taking a game changer product to an international market, strong local investment, and we've stacked our board with experience in health tech innovation and aged care delivery projects. Since our raise 2 years ago, we've doubled our revenues 2 years running, and we plan to continue that trend by selling our product into larger markets and releasing new products which we intend to have a much quicker take-up given our market position and existing sales networks. We plan to have 5 products across 5 key markets, generating a revenue of $10 million by the end of 2028, where we will target an exit event. Our ask today is that you join us on our mission to bring better mobility to people in care. All right. Cool. Thank you for listening to that pitch. It was not the slide deck I was expecting, but that's all the information, just in a different order to what we're used to. So what I want to show you, what I'm really excited about, is a new product that we've been working on. This was created from our customers suggesting to us, well, I would like to be standing. What could you do for us? And also from an engineering point of view, looking to maximize comfort and bring the most delight from our product that we can. And so what we came up with was this new vest, something that will take a person who is non-standing out of their wheelchair and allow them to move in a whole new way. It's exciting because it's so easy to fit to someone who's sitting in a chair, just like a vest. And then it can be hooked up to an overhead hoist or our standing hoist that we're developing, and it will lift you via a secure hug just around the upper body. And this is so exciting. For example, my childhood friend Chloe here, seeing her walk across the room for the first time, feeling that absolute freedom. It sits you perfectly in a wheelchair and lets you get on with your day quickly and easily. We are absolutely excited about what this might bring to the market and allowing people who don't stand to be able to be upright and moving in a whole new way.
Thank you, Alex. Well, that is very impactful, what you are developing, or what you have developed, actually. Thanks for that. And I think we are going now into questions that that people that are listening might have. So can I just encourage everyone to put comments or questions you have directly into the chat of whatever channel you are on, so that we can answer this during this live session. If you come up with other questions later on, that's fine too. We will give you all the links. You can put them in, but at the moment, this is for anyone who is listening at the moment. So just in terms of the PledgeMe campaign, Richard, you are almost 35% funded after those first couple of weeks, which is really awesome to see. Is there any message you have or anything you would like to let your possible pledges and investors know at this stage?
Yeah, sure, Jackie. I mean, for us, the most important thing is getting the pledges in and getting people investing in our company as soon as they can. That builds momentum and gets this campaign over the line. What we really want to do is to be able to plan for our next stage of getting out into new and bigger markets. So consolidating what we're doing in Australia and also getting into the US, releasing our 2 products. So the sooner we can get over the line and get people pledging, the better for all of us.
Oh, that's fantastic. So Richard, in terms of getting into new markets, you have demonstrated this from New Zealand going to Australia. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So on the back of our 2001 funding through PledgeMe, that enabled us to get to go to a couple of trade shows in Australia, one in Brisbane, one in Sydney, and exhibit to potential distributors and also clients and therapists. And we got rave reviews at that. And that enabled us to get a conversation with Adacare, who Alex said is one of the largest, if not the largest, healthcare distributors in Australia. They've got 60 outlets and 100 network partner stores as well. So they've got a huge distribution capability. And we signed up with them and then released our product to Australia. And my coming over to Australia was to be able to help Adacare, to be able to train the Adacare staff, to be able to help them and develop the market. Essentially, we want to do the same thing in the US. So next year, we want to get to the US and to be able to go to trade shows, exhibit, show distributors, and get the market excited, be able to talk to those distributors, and then to be able to roll out there. We're also looking to have someone on the ground in market. Probably won't be one of us, but to be able to make sure that we're training properly and that people have a really good understanding of our product. A lot of what we do is around the service and being able to make sure that people fully understand our product and can use it in their homes nice and comfortably. I guess the other thing as well, Jackie, is that we aren't naive enough to realise that we're going to be successful at first attempt in the US. And so we know that it's going to be a long road. So the sooner we get over to the US next year, the quicker it's going to be able to roll out and get the revenues and volumes and help people in that market.
Fabulous. So are you planning to do a similar approach like you did with Adacare in the Australian market? And are there other markets you are actually planning to go into?
Absolutely. So yes, we're planning to do that, the same approach in the US. We're lucky enough that Adacare is also, talking about other markets, is also looking to expand into the UK. And so they've taken our product, the Care Assist Sit, to the UK, and they've already signed up 4 distributors over there. And they're using the Care Assist Sit as one of their key products rolling out, because it's a unique product that nobody has anywhere else. So it gives them a unique offering. And the other thing about the UK market, which is really interesting, is that they're very focused on single-handed care, meaning that one caregiver taking care of the person in care. So the UK is a really exciting market for us and for Adacare as well through the Care Assist.
Okay, that sounds fabulous. So you are mentioning actually the specific knowledge and you have about your customers, right? Alex, maybe I can ask you, what makes that? Why do you understand your customers so well that you get all those prizes, on awards given, and you get quite a lot of praise I've heard from different organizations. So it's not only the user, it's also the healthcare associations or organizations you're working with that are very much in your favor. Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, I think one of our strengths is that we we'll have a deep empathy for our market. And what we've ended up doing in New Zealand is spending a lot of time with our customers. And that's given us a really intimate understanding of what their needs are and the ability to really quickly turn around their needs into solutions. And so the product stands as a testament to all of the time and care that we've spent here in New Zealand getting it absolutely right and right in the eyes of the user. And so what that represents is a happy user, is, people being allowed to stay at home and care for their loved ones, which is so important to them. And that means that it's a great product to sell for a salesperson, and that they love being able to deliver a solution which has a happy client. And for organizations, they recognize that we are solving problems for their core community, and they recognize that, and they've awarded us for that. And so, we're really proud of what we've been able to do. And the thing that makes us the most proud is our testimonial videos. We've got a collection of videos from people in their own home who felt so passionate about what we've been able to provide them that they've let us share their stories online and share why it means so much to them.
That's fantastic. So where do I find those if I want to watch them?
Yeah, if you were to go to our website, we've got a Learn tab, and in that Learn tab, you can see all about how to use the carer. And under user cases, there's all about the stories that have been told about how it's helping people in the home. So htsystems.co.nz and under the Learn tab.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we can also put this into the chat for people that would like to check this out. Say, you were also mentioning kind of that a lot of your customers are also investors or have been investors in the last round. Richard, did you get any feedback from them? How did they feel about that investment? And what have you talked to any of them for this round?
Absolutely. So no, we've got quite a few repeat investors so far. We had a live event the other day in Christchurch and talked to a lot of investors at that time, and they're all really excited. The first time they invested with us, they saw us as solving people's problems and really creating an impact from a social point of view. Now I think we've moved on a little bit from that, where we still provide that real social impact, and in fact we can provide more because we're actually now getting out to more people and helping more people with their problems. But we're also now on really delivering from a financial perspective. And Alex talked about us doubling revenues, and we're on track to double our revenue again this year as well. So not only we're getting the feedback is that from an investor point of view that socially we're increasing what we're doing, but also financially as well.
Fabulous. I got a question here. Why you decided actually to equity crowdfund from Matt? Thank you, Matt.
We decided to equity crowdfund because it was the right place for us 2 years ago. Socially, we could talk to people and get that social message across to people, and people were excited to invest from that perspective. Again, we've now come up the second time around, and we wanted to go back to our crowd and to be able to talk to them about the things I talked about just before, about not only the factors that we're really creating some momentum socially and changing lots of people's lives. Now we've got the financial returns as well, which is great.
Yeah, we hear a lot that money is not flowing as easily, and that a lot of investors are looking into high-tech products. Is this something you have encountered too, or is it? What is your experience so far?
Absolutely. I'd say that our product is high tech as well. Essentially, this is full marks to Alex. He's made something that is quite high tech actually look really simple. He's made something that makes it really easy for a caregiver and really safe from a user's point of view as well. But we do see quite a lot of emphasis in the market around SaaS products, and people want seeing the distribution capabilities of products like that. But I think what we're doing is we're certainly changing people people's lives across the globe. And I think that's something that people in the crowdfunding space is really seen as exciting. And we're starting to get our model right now in Australia about being able to get that product to as many people as possible, and now want to roll that out into the US and UK as well.
Perfect. Thank you. I've got a question here from Raya. Good job, guys. Can you invest from overseas too?
So I could probably field that question. Yeah, short answer, easier if you're based in New Zealand, but it is possible from overseas. We had many investors from Australia last round, and we have a few pledges from very interesting places this round. So, for example, Jose from California rang me up one morning and said, I desperately need the carer for my wife. I want to look after her at home. I want the best for her. How can I, and he said, I'd love to buy some shares in your company. And it just so happened that it was the time that we were. So from as little as $500, you can be part of this journey. You can be part of the change that is bringing, a new way for us to improve the quality of life of our loved ones.
That's great. So what does it mean for people if they become a shareholder of HT Systems? What are their rights and what are their responsibilities?
You become a shareholder, so you own shares in our company. And one of the things that we're proud of and we want to do is involve our shareholders. And the good thing about our shareholders is a lot of them have had something to do with the company, either through a loved one or themselves as well. So we've definitely got our doors open, want to hear from our shareholders all the time. We do actually have had feedback from our shareholders that our communication is really good as well. So we try to at least keep people up to date on a quarterly basis on what's happening in the company, our successes, and where are we going and what are we doing, and the successes and sometimes failures that we've had in between as well. So definitely, you become part of our journey. We'd love to be involved as much as possible with our shareholders. And I'm sure that we will have some shareholders that have unique points of view around our product, or even around knowledge of how to actually get into countries and markets like the US, how to scale up our production facilities from what we're doing now to more significant sort of capabilities as well. So we'd love to hear.
I got another question from Roger. Apart from changing lives with your sit to sit, only needs one carer to move someone. This is a huge advantage when many care providers using a standard hoist insist on using two or more of them, of the carers, I guess, it's meant. That is amazing. So what is that about the carers and what you deliver to them actually and to the companies who employ them?
Yeah, so I might say in this one, if you are to lose your mobility and require the services of a full sling hoist, which is essentially a mobile crane where you put essentially a hammock underneath someone, that often requires two caregivers. And so if you are living at home with your partner, you're at the mercy of the organization who sends caregivers to you, their schedule. So that can mean that twice a day you get some people come around to help you move. So you are in bed until you get up based on someone else's schedule, and in your chair until the schedule suggests that you come home. And that can be, it can rob you of your dignity and your independence if you're at the mercy of someone else's schedule, especially if unforeseen issues come up, like the care staff aren't available or you get COVID and no one can come in. So this idea that one person, often your partner at home, can provide all of your care needs is a huge independence. That means that you're free to live your life on your own terms, on your own schedule. And I think that's what Roger is hinting towards there.
Okay. Is there, while we were, talking about the products you are producing, you were mentioning something about injuries that carers have. It was quite a high percentage, if I remember that correctly.
Yeah, so 4 caregivers a day in New Zealand are injured just by transfers to people with limited mobility.
Okay.
And what the care offers, that's often, I mean, not that I can speak to the full statistic, but that's often just using the existing equipment. You know, there's a lot of manual labor that goes into moving someone around to get that sling or that harness underneath them to move them. What care is doing is it's taking all of the effort out of these processes and making it safer because it's easier for the caregiver to do, there's less strain on their body, and it makes it safer in general to be able to move someone. The other part of that is that because the equipment, alternative equipment, is cumbersome and takes a long time, people often resort to shortcuts, and those shortcuts are where the injuries happen. So by making it easy, you avoid those unsafe situations from occurring.
So actually, it's a really amazing solution to a huge challenge for everyone, if it is in-home service or care by your family, or if you are in an organizational institution. That's really amazing. Yeah. I don't know if there are any more questions coming in here. I just would like to know if if I support you, which I will, and what is the how does it work? How do I get my money out at the future? What answers do you have to people? What's your plan there to let them participate not only on the impact but also financially?
Sure. So no, we've got a very clear plan about what we want to do. No, we're looking to become a global multi-product company, and that is around releasing new products to market, and it's about distributing into bigger markets as well, and making as much of this business and also as much of the social impact as we possibly can. We've set and our board has set a time frame around that. So we've got a 5-year growth plan, and at the end of that 5 years, there could be the opportunity to sell or license our product to bigger companies, bigger distributors, to be able to get the product out even further. Yeah, so from a dividend point of view, we're looking to reinvest whatever profits we do make into the business to get to that point in 2028.
Fabulous. Okay. Great plan. I get here another question from Erin. She said, what we have heard is if I'm not in a position to invest right now, cost of living crisis, other situations in the family, how can I support what you are doing?
So one way that you could support us is following us on social media. We're active and you get to see the work that we're doing and what we are creating. And by sharing this, by sharing our message, by telling everyone what you've seen and what we're doing here, that message gets spread wide, and the more supporters we have, the more that we can achieve. So your support and your sharing of our message is greatly appreciated and will be a huge support.
So that would mean sharing your campaign page from PledgeMe. Do you have this also on your HG Systems website? Links to the campaign?
Yeah, on our website, there's a banner at the top that will take you straight through to the pledge page, where you can watch the video and see our updates and what we're up to. And on all of our socials, we'll lead you there as well.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just was checking who else is asking something. There was a comment here that there's a loop if you watch this live via LinkedIn. I hope we have sorted it. But if not, then I think we can resend this video to people who are interested. We will do this after the session. If there are no other questions coming in, there is one more question. is asking, Raya is asking if the carer is funded in New Zealand and in Australia for individuals. I guess that is means government funded.
Absolutely, yes. So that the care is funded in New Zealand and also in Australia as well. So Australia has a slightly different scheme called NDIS, which allows the user to have bulk funding and have more choices in what type of products or care they have as well. But absolutely, it's funded usually by the government.
So this health tech industry is not an easy one to get into, but you really have cracked it, kind of trying out partnerships to get into the right organizations, as I understand, and that will be also the plan you have in the future. I don't think there are more questions coming in at this system, but we will do other lives for everyone who is investing. Please help this company to get over the line. It is absolutely worthwhile. We all are aging and we have loved ones that are needing our help, and we want them to still be in their home. Maybe last sentence from each of
barriers of limiting people's accessibility and bring valuable life experiences to everyone in the most easy way possible. And so by supporting this company via your support and your shares, or by your investment, you are putting your investment behind a better future for the people who need it most. And we appreciate that greatly. Thank you.
From me, I think that we've set up the company to succeed. We really believe that there's a huge opportunity in the markets we're participating in, and we've started to prove in Australia through sales, and definitely prove in New Zealand through sales and helping people along. So we're on the precipice, on the cusp of something what we believe is great. We've got some really great new products that we're dying to release and get them into the hands of more and more people. So you can invest from $500 in our company and really start to transform people's lives. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay. So if people would like to get in touch with you, they will find you via your website. And if there are more questions, Alex, I've heard you said if someone would like to come and get a demonstration of the products, they are very welcome to get in touch with you and come to your site in Christchurch.
Absolutely.
And that would be amazing. Okay, thank you both for answering all those gnarly questions, and we will have another live. And thanks for everyone who tuned in tonight. We will share this with you, and any further questions coming up, please keep sending them our way. On the PledgeMe campaign, it's the easiest, but also via HT Systems website. All good. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and see you soon.